There's this journey of ups and downs, and I think it's important that people recognize that life isn't always a straight line towards the end objective.
Not at all.
There's always ups and downs.
A lot.
Hey everyone, don't forget to subscribe, like, share.
Your family means a lot to you, and your roots of where you came from mean a lot to you. It defines who you are today. But you understood that the opportunities were outside of the quote unquote village, which led you to migrating north and then eventually to other countries throughout Europe and learning how to become really good at cooking and becoming a chef. So now you get your opportunity to come to the United States.
Yep.
How does that work out?
Well, it was nice the beginning when I got here. And the other part, I was a little bit sad because at some point of my life, I need to change career or I need to change coast. When I just got here, I was on the West Coast in California. Good life, different than Europe. But it wasn't bad. I don't know. I had some weird feeling at the beginning because everything it was new for me. I didn't know the language either, but I was aware of what I was going through. I didn't come with any idea. Like it was just an adventure for me. Okay.
So that's my question, though. How did you? Who led you to the United States? Did you get a phone call?
Oh yeah, this my cousin.
Okay.
My cousin used to own a restaurant down there, and I was talking with them, and I go like, "Hey, what are you doing now?" And I was in Rome, and they said, "Oh," and I was talking with them about experience, what to do, and whatnot, because I was thinking to go in Portugal or maybe Switzerland or maybe the other side of the globe. And I was talking with them, and I go like, "Oh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go. I want to go do an adventure in America." And so I was on the phone call with them, and he said, "Oh, California. The keyword it was California." I go like, "Oh, California, USA, this and that." I go like, "You know what? Well, I had Australia on my head too." But I go like, maybe I wasn't that ready because it was far gone, and I go like, that's a long flight, and I go like, you know what, I'm gonna go in California, I'm gonna go try this experience in California. And I was there, and I will say, things happened when I was there. I will say I got trapped at some point because my planning was to be there less than 3 months and come back because I had another work with this other connection to go back in Portugal, it was a great experience over there too. Great peoples, great city, right by the coast. I was in Porto, Portugal. So it was a nice life. And I go like, you know what? I go like, I'll go in America, less than 3 months, I'll be back, and I'll be there. But nothing. That was the plan, but something fell through. COVID hit, and so.
So now we're in 2019.
Yes, now we are in 2000, late 2019, earlier 2020. So I never got back to Italy. So, and that's how my American dreams journey began. At some point, I got disappointed in my life because I moved from West Coast to East Coast for a great reason. once I met my future wife. Oh wait, that year though, I was your guest in New Mexico in 20. No, what? Wait, yes, late 2020. It was November 2020.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. I was a guest of you and Dasha in New Mexico for my first time. Barely speak English. That was such a great experience. I was nervous, not because I was by myself, but for many other reasons. But what made me calm down is the culture of your family. So I felt home. Okay, it's I did again. I don't want to sound bad. It just I like to be like you said. I came from a big family culture, and I would be so disappointed if I had to skip and forget about that. And so I was grateful to meet to feel home in the other side of the globe. Okay. So I moved to East Coast, and so now we're going earlier in 2021.
Yeah.
I was still in the food industry, but at some point, unfortunately, I had to change career because many reasons. From food industry, I moved to constructions. While I was working construction, I had to restart everything from below zero. I'll say below zero because that was not my language, so I had to learn the field, I had to learn them tasks, I had to learn new skills, and I had to learn the language, it was so much going on at the same time. It was fun, I will say. It was hard, I'm not gonna lie, but if I got where I am right now, it's just because when I want something, and I'm determined and said, okay, I need to do this. There is a reason why, and I go like, okay, or sooner or later I'm gonna get it done, but I'm gonna get there, right?
Something forced you to change from that career, and then you moved from construction into something different.
Yeah, well, yeah. While I was in the construction industry, I got injured, and for health reason, I couldn't keep doing what I was doing, and all these factors that it would affect my health moving forward. I had to start everything from zero again. But at this time though, I already know the language. Okay, so I was like a step ahead.
Yeah.
So I got injured. I got into the information technology field. So after all these many struggles, after all these many thoughts, after all these bad moments and good moments, finally we got to see some lights after all this bad storm. So I got into the IT and cybersecurity field, which is I'm loving it. It's nothing that I used to do as I was before. It's more like mental job, mental work, and more talking with people, dealing with people, dealing with device, that's the point is you can't get mad at them. It's cool stuff. It's definitely, there is a lot to learn. There is a lot of knowledge that needs to be chased. But yeah, it's getting there.
So you decide to get into information technology at this point.
Mm-hmm.
You say, okay, grew up in a small town. Let's recap. So you grew up in a small town village, tight niche family. decide to go to Rome because it's time to find an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You start working in the
Food industry.
Yeah, food industry, and you learn how to become a decent chef, if not a really good one.
Yeah.
And at this point, you're traveling all over the globe, mostly Europe at this point, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get a chance to venture into California.
Yep.
So now you're working right on the coastline in California,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
You learn how to cook. Then you meet your wife,
Yeah.
my sister.
Yeah. I met your sister in, well, I virtually met your sister in Las Vegas. And for some Giuliano background knows on the phone, we never got to meet in person over there. So I go like, I don't know, I had a great feeling, and I never stopped talking with her, and at some point, after a month, I was working, I finished to work that night, I went home, threw something on my backpack, and just drive right to the airport. I took an overnight flight from San Francisco to Massachusetts, and that's what we get to meet personally for our first time. And at some point, like, we were far away. She was still in college back then, and feeling they would start to getting close. We would start to feel attached to each other, and every time that I had to leave, it was kind of like hurting. And I go like, we gotta figure something out. Either you go on your way, or I go on my way, or either we get together. And that's why I said, I moved from the West Coast, I moved to the East Coast. So where we can live our everyday life and deal with it, get to know better each other, and man, it's still like a lot, but it's a lot going on, but things are getting better.
That's good.
Everything happened for a reason.
So this is this journey of ups and downs, and I think it's important that people recognize that life isn't always a straight line towards the end objective.
Not at all.
There's always ups and downs.
A lot ups and downs. Not always roses and sunshine.
And also, I think we need to find ways to get back to understanding each other.
Mm-hmm.
And understanding that it's okay to hold empathy for someone in scenarios.
Definitely, yes.
Because you're not always going to be at 100%.
No.
And one day, that person, or, yourself, me included, we're not going to be able to give our what do you call it? The gas pedal's gonna come off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's
Well,
I want to bring up an example that I mentioned earlier, when I said I came to America, but I had a plan, and that plan out of the sudden just disappeared. So that was a big lesson for me, what I learned, like, okay, it's good to make plan, okay? At the same time, I also say, okay, one day at a time. I try to do some schedule to be a little bit far ahead, but at some point I will say you can only do so much, because I want to get this. Between the step to say I want to get this and when you actually get there, it sounds like easy, but it could be a big and long step. It's
there's more to it.
Yes, it is. So it's definitely, there is a lot of ups and downs, for sure. Nothing goes always as it should go.
Hey everyone, don't forget to subscribe, like, share.
Bye.